Hey y'all, how you doing today? So this is take two, because y'all know I don't know how to edit. I found these watercolors this weekend while I was cleaning my craft room, and I've never used watercolor before, but as you can see, I have used some of these, but when they're completely dry on the paper, they're very gritty. And since I don't know anything about watercolor, I don't know if that's normal or not. So I did these yesterday, and this is what they came out to look like. I did iron them with my heat press to make them flat. And let me put these aside because I'm going to show you how I ended up setting them in my pan. Okay, so I let them sit in the solution for a few minutes, and then I shook the pan like this. You'll see that in a minute because I have another batch on the side. And then when I thought they were ready, I gingerly took them out of the solution, crumpled them up very carefully, and put them in my pan here. And I can fit exactly 20 with them barely touching. And so I just took these out of the solution maybe half an hour ago, and so they're definitely not dry. Oh, I hope that doesn't fall. Because that first batch I showed you, I had to dry it overnight and then put it in, put the pan in the sun. And I gotta get gloves for this part because I don't want to get this color all over my hands. It was I had orange on my fingers. It took me a really long time to get them off. Okay, so I do that, and this section right here is usually the section that doesn't have any solution in it because I put the papers down first. Okay, so I am just going to gingerly lift them up and then place them back down. Okay, this is a little piece of glue that was holding that little square brick thing in. Okay. And you can see some blue right here. I actually dripped a little bit of blue on the paper before I put that solution in here while I was scrunching them up. So I'll just do this and I'll let it sit a few minutes, and then I'll check and see if I feel it necessary to flip it over again. And I'll keep doing that until I feel that the paper is ready to come out. I always use pointy tweezers to lift the paper up as gently as I can, like that. And that ensures that I will have less rips and tears in there. So let me put that aside. Let me take a sip of my tea here. My throat's really dry. So how I did that was I just popped out one of those little squares, and I put as hot water in here as would come out of my tap, and it's gonna sit here and dissolve. I just need to stir it every few minutes, because this, let me see if I can get it out. This is like a teal color, right? And it hasn't been in the solution long enough for me to be able to break it. So that's gonna sit in there for probably a good 20 minutes or so before I can do anything with it. However, those two pans that you saw are the only two pans that I have to dry paper when or to get the paper ready to be dried while it's in the house. And it's almost 11:30 p.m. my time right now. So those will sit in those pans overnight, and if they're still a little bit damp, when I get up in the morning, then I don't know if you noticed, but the blue set of papers, I had it sitting on a piece of baking paper, parchment paper, whatever you want to call it. And so I'll just take that whole pan outside, and I will very carefully grab the edges of that parchment paper and slide it out like that. So then I'll have another pan ready to use. And probably in about 10 minutes or so, I'm gonna take out these. And that's turning a really cool pink color, and that is not the color that I took out of there. It was more of a deep purpley plum, so I don't know why it's pink, but I'm not gonna flip that over again. I'm just gonna let it sit for a few more minutes, because I don't know how well you can see this. This is a medicine bottle. I keep them for various reasons, and it's up to about right here, but it has all settled on the bottom. So when I shake it up, I have enough for probably 10 to 15. So this is the color that I was using that turned that blue. So I can use that again tomorrow. But I don't have very many bottles that are this particular size. So I won't be able to do that many at a time. So my husband was away for the weekend, so I got a lot done cleaning in my office. However, I did get behind on my jelly plate, postcard play prints. But where did I put it? I just had it. Oh. Here it is. So I'm not going to do this one right here. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to take this away. And I'm going to show you the ones that did not get up on camera. So this one we did on camera, day 10. This is day 11. I happen to have glitter paper from the Dollar Tree, and I didn't know what to do with it. It's I think it's sticker paper, but it is not very sticky. And my numbers, let me see if I can find something that I can, okay, I'll just use them. So this is just some sayings that I put into a Word document. This is how I made those ones to make my 11. Just in case you're curious. There you go. Something different, okay? And I was actually going to do something different on this page here. So that's why this black lace is here, but it ended up going on a different page because what I was trying to do did not work. And then day 12 and day 13. Day 13's card was actually supposed to go here. That's why that's there. Yeah. That was a disaster. There's actually a big hole right there. But this one here is just a dream catcher, and it says catch your dreams. There's some, I don't usually cut the thread off because I like the way it looks. A feather that I had from a different leftover project, and I just stamped a 12 and a dragonfly on that. And then this one here, I got my, I got a Grabby subscription in the mail a few weeks ago from a last month's subscription, and it happened to have this piece of paper. I don't even know what it is, but to me it looked like a spider web. So, you know, my sense of humor, spider web, there's always hope to get away from it because we're bigger, right? And that's my 13. So that's that. And I will try and shoot the video for day 14 before I go to bed. So I can hopefully start posting it before then. But in the meantime, I'm just gonna do a quick flip through here of what all of these look like. And that video probably won't go up until sometime tomorrow. And the reason for that is my bedroom is all the way across the house. And when I leave my craft room, my internet service gets sketchier and sketchier the farther I walk away from the modem. And there's absolutely nothing that they can do about it. So there's absolutely no room for me to sleep in my office, or I would, and I can't keep my phone in here because it's my alarm clock. So I hope you enjoyed this little video. I am going to start taking those papers out now. You know what? So I'm just going to show you how I take them out. We're not going to go through this whole thing, only because it'll be a really big mess for me. Did I lose my tweezers already? Y'all, right before I was about to start this video, it took me about 10 minutes to find my remote control for me to turn my TV on and airdrop this to my TV so I could see if I'm still on screen. Okay, so this is all I do really, is I let the excess water drip off just a little bit, and I delicately crinkle. I delicately crinkle it. Okay. And there we go. So some of these will be darker than others. It depends on how close to the solution that piece of paper was. But if you can see that the center is more white than the edges, which is why I kept doing that. But it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of solution left over from this particular one. So there you go. That's that. And I keep just, this actually I think was a piece of clothing. I think it was a liner of a shirt that got so well loved that it wasn't even good enough to give to Goodwill. So now I use it for that, and this will eventually become a book cover. It's got all sorts of stuff on it. All right, so stay tuned for my July postcard play day 14, and I'll see you soon. Stay tuned and happy crafting.